Welcome back. The family of a man who was killed in a shooting at a local hospital is speaking out after his killer wound up being featured in a Netflix documentary filmed inside the Pulaski County Jail.
Channel 7's Ashley Lunningham joins us in studio tonight with the story. Ashley.
Chris, Beth, the series Unlock the Jail experiment is intended as a reform tactic for inmates, but for Lynette Perez, she had a different opinion, and she's asking why, after being charged and found guilty of capital murder, that the man responsible for her nephew's death was allowed to participate in this experiment. Lynette Perez says September 28, 2022 changed her life and the lives of her family members forever.
One person is dead after a gunman opened fire at CHI St. Vincent North.
Losing her nephew, 21-year-old Leighton Whitfield.
The last thing he ever said to me and my husband was, "I love you, we'll see you later." And to have him just snatched away from our family at the prime when he had his entirety of his life in front of him is a very devastating situation, especially for his mother.
Sitting through the trial as a victim's family member, she says was heartbreaking. Raymond A.J. Lovett was charged and found guilty of capital murder. Over a year later, the Netflix documentary was released, and Perez says her phone blew up just days after it aired.
Sit there on a Friday night and binge watch to see what they were referencing. And so I, watched and fast forward, and even in the first episode, even though he didn't have speaking parts, I knew exactly who that was.
She immediately called Leighton's mother and fiance, warning them not to watch it. Perez says she understands the reasoning behind the experiment was to aid in reform practices for inmates, but what she doesn't understand is why someone who has been given life with no parole was chosen to participate.
Why did they think it was a good idea for someone charged with capital murder to be featured in this? I have been around her enough to know how traumatized she was. This is something that, everything from survivor's guilt to just straight PTSD, that she didn't need to see any of it. I didn't want my sister-in-law to see any of it.
She says she wants to make sure that her nephew's name is always remembered.
Why should the world know A.J. Lovett's name and not know Leighton Whitfield's name? And that's why I wanted to, talk about the impact, and I don't want his name to ever be forgotten.
And we did reach out to the Sheriff's Department for additional comment, but was told they are not releasing any comment about the show at this time. On your side, I'm Ashley Lunningham.
All right, Ashley, thanks a lot. And to see more of this interview and our extensive coverage on the Netflix documentary, look for this story over on our website, KATV.com.